The sizzle, the sizzle, the sizzle, the sizzle, the sizzle. Welcome back to the Sizzle. Myself, the Prophet, is here once again. I got my co-host just in the building. What's up, man?
Top of the afternoon.
Top of the
It's
afternoon. It's right
Super Bowl
2:49
Eve.
Eastern time. We here to start our show this Saturday. What, February 7th or 8th? Wow. Okay, time flying. We got the Super Bowl tomorrow. We got a few things to talk about, but before we get into that, let's just talk about a crazy NBA week. Trade starting from last Sunday, with the Luca and Anthony Davis trade, and going on from there. You had DeAndre Fox. You had Jimmy Butler. We talked about last time, but the trade finally went through. And we got a couple others that we could talk about. But big breaking news. My sources did tell me that Luca was going to get traded,
Here, you,
but
you had the scoop.
yeah, I had the scoop, but I didn't know it was going to be pulled off like that. But let's get into it, man. How you feel about that?
Dallas let two of the top, in my opinion, top 10 players in the NBA walk in the last 5 years. And this one made absolutely zero sense. Commentary around them being better now and more prepared to win an NBA championship. Like when y'all got to the finals last year with Luca, the talk around Luca and the overweight thing and all of that is corny. Like when you look at him, he's a generational talent. Like we've seen what he's done. The production is there. It's been there since he got into the league, since before he was in the league. And you trade him for what 31-year-old AD who can't stay on the floor. And granted, AD's numbers are solid this year. I think he's averaging like 25 and something. But in conversation for defensive player of the year, but I'm still not trading away my future. So there's definitely some underlying stuff going on there, but it Mavs bugging out.
So I was a Mavs fan, and I think I said this on the last episode. I was
You
a
said
big
you was a fan of every like
Nah.
seven teams.
I have a few, and Mavs was one of my top two teams. But this trade changes my outlook of the NBA. I think Adam Silver told NBA teams they had to make some moves to get ratings up. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. But going back to the Luka trade, it was very shocking. It happened when I was sleeping, and then when I woke up with the news, I had a friend that sent it to me. And I thought it was a. I was about to respond, bro. Like, why you keep sending me these fake Instagram posts? But then when I looked into it, it was actually a real trade, bro. Very shocked. I'm on your side with the weight thing. Like, I don't care if Luca's 270, averaging a triple double. Everyone should be 270 if that's the case. So that weight thing, it wasn't no excuse. Be honest, I think they just didn't get along. I just think they ain't mess with the swag of Luca. They didn't mess with the aura of Luca, and I guess they wasn't feeling it because no way Zion Williamson gets chance after chance after chance, and he hasn't been traded yet, and he hasn't brought his team to even the Western Conference Finals. He only has like one All Star, if I'm not mistaken. He has no. I don't think he has no first team, second teams, and Luca has exceeded that to the best of what you can imagine, right? So there's no way they keep giving Zion, and Zion's a beast. There's no way they keep giving Zion chances, and they couldn't give. If that weight thing was really an issue, they could say, "Yo, Luca, we need you to have to lose some weight." But either way, when he plays, he's killing.
Yeah, so I think there's definitely some underlying issue going on there. The Zion comparison is a good one because like when we see Zion and he's been like healthy and tapped in, they've done well and like he puts up numbers and Zion is very much a like could be a top player in the league, but in terms of Luca, I'm not necessarily mad at moving on. Like if you feel if the Mavericks felt it was time and like we've given Luca opportunity to buy into what we want, which we know that's not the case because J Kidd wasn't even aware of the trade. Like
Bro, they
so
went. What
that
he went to?
but
They went to the championship last year.
no, yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like I'm if you're gonna make the move, like allow yourself to get more value than what you got. Like if you feel if as a GM, if like, okay, I'm taking over this organization, Mark Cuban is no longer here making decisions, like we're going in a different direction and we feel we got in Kyrie could get us to that next level. And we want to pair him with someone and get assets back. Like, why not open the conversations up to other than just going to the Lakers and saying, yeah, we want AD and a Max Christie like that. And that part to me, the trade itself is wild. But the fact that they didn't at least shop the market and get other offers and get more value for again a generational player who's already done so much in the league as is, like that's
I will.
like malpractice.
Uh, I think Anthony Davis is a generational player. He doesn't play because he's always hurt.
31, bro. He's
Um,
old.
I don't think he's old. I would say I think my thing is I don't think there was any value to trade Luca. No matter who you threw out there,
Bro, they're
um,
they're
Luca's
they're
is different. And no matter what trade Luca was gonna, whatever trade that you was gonna send Luca, I would have said it was a bad trade. But I do want to say that I do think the Mavs got good pieces. Anthony Davis is a good it's a
uh,
good Batman for Kyrie
not
Irving's Robin.
comparable. We talking about Batman and Kyrie. Like, I mean, you saying AD is a Batman to Kyrie in this situation? AD, these
AD's
are two
Batman, Kyrie.
Robins.
AD's Batman, Kyrie's Robin.
These are two Robins, bro. That's the problem. These are two
You're bugging.
Robins.
You're
These are
bugging.
two Robins. AD,
When Anthony
dog.
Davis was at New Orleans by himself, bro, he was the best player.
Exactly. How many? And first of all, he didn't win anything. Second of all, how many years ago are we talking? We talking pre-COVID.
But like you said, he's still averaging close to 30
Yeah,
points.
he's averaging 25 and 11, but at the same time, bro, it's not it's very different to average 25 and 11 versus average and just be on a mediocre team and not really like the Lakers weren't going anywhere with that 25 and 11. And so now you're asking me to take my 25 and 11 and bring it to Dallas. And now all of a sudden, a team that, without Luca is, I think they're one game over 500. Now they're going to become a title contender. Like, no, and
They're
Luca was
they're a better
they
team
got
for
there
sure.
last year.
They're a better team for sure. I can see them still going to the championship.
The Mavs are a better team now with AD than they were with Luca.
Listen, I'm just saying. Listen to me. I'm just saying the team is orchestrated correctly with Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving.
So it's
With Luca playing, I think they could go to the championship. With Anthony Davis in, I still think they could go to the championship. I'm not
uh,
saying they're better or they're worse. Luca's a generational talent. All I'm saying that the pieces they got make sense for Kyrie Irving, for Klay Thompson, for Anthony Davis. That's all I'm saying. And I
uh,
think they're still a top tier team. However, I don't. My issue is that Luca's more of a long term thing. Anthony Davis probably has 3, 4 more years left in him. That's what I'm saying.
uh,
So as of today, that's the thing. As of today, I think nothing's changed. But my thing with Luca is he's gonna be in the top player for 5 to 10 years. That's just my.
Dallas is a better team with Luca now and with Luca 10 years from now versus having AD
think.
at
I
any
think. I
point.
think. I think. I think it's even now.
No, like the thing is, right? The AD situation, AD is going to bring you rim protection. Like AD's not facilitating and allowing others to get busy the way that Luca can, right? Luca's going to draw so much attention from a basketball standpoint. Luca's going to draw so much attention that it allows Kyrie to flourish. It allows guys that aren't necessarily household names to put up numbers. AD is not going to be able to do that for you. Now, on the defensive side, it helps you improve. But they also had Derek Lively, who is in, I think, year two, and like he's
He's a
a
good.
primary rim, like a premier rim protector. So they didn't need to like make this move. It doesn't make any sense at all. If we talking again 5 years ago and you say I got Kyrie, Clay, and AD, yeah, by all means, that's a stacked roster.
I
But
think.
now, bro, like
I,
I'm not that doesn't scare me. I'm not saying they're not gonna be good and they won't like they'll make a run and they'll improve their record right now and they'll strengthen their seed for the playoffs. But at the end of the day, yo, you just mortgaged how many years to bring in AD right now at this stage in his career when he's never really been a healthy guy. Like to me, I can't sign up for it. And I think there were pieces out there. You get if you're gonna move Luca, you need to bring back as many picks as you
I,
possibly can.
but just go back to the Lakers. I think the Lakers got worse. I think the Lakers got worse. They don't have a center. I think Luke and LeBron is the
They
same
just traded
player.
for Mark
This is
Williams
listen, listen.
from the
This,
Hornets.
huh?
God. They just traded for Mark Williams from the
Trash.
Hornets.
He's trash. Come on. Listen. when I say I won't trade Luca, it's because Luca has so many years left. I'm not really focusing about this year because it really doesn't make a difference in my opinion. Either I don't think either team is gonna win the championship, right? But I just want to say the Lakers aren't better this year without Anthony Davis. And I think the Mavs still can be a top tier team with the roster they have now. However, if you say year two, year three from now, I think it's a different story. But I'm talking about this year. I think Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, and Lively can be a great roster for West. Like who's in the West? Thunder. They could beat Thunder, right? They could beat who else is in the West? The Thunder. They could beat the Rockets. No one in the West really scares me. Like Mavs could be any of those teams, bro. There's no the Suns trash. Like there's no one on that team where I'm like, oh shoot, like the Mavs will have a hard. I think the Mavs could be any of those teams, including the Lakers.
Mavs are good.
Let me look. Hold on, let me look at. Let me.
The Mavs are good. Hold on, the Mavs are good, right? You think about the West, you got Minnesota, who's struggling right now. You still got Denver, right? You still do have some
Yeah,
top
yeah.
teams that record-wise have struggled the first half of the season. But the Mavs are good. And for the Clay part, let's move off of Clay because Clay is cooked,
He
right?
could
We
get you
know that.
30 points. I think
What?
he could get you 30 points whenever. He could,
Clay top.
bro, I'm gonna look at stats right now. What are you talking
Oh my
about?
God. Hey.
Bro, didn't he shoot 8 threes in one quarter like a few games ago?
You talking about Clay Thompson?
Yes, what are you talking about? Bro, he had 25 last night or 2 nights ago. January 27th, he shot 8 threes in one quarter, bro. Klay Thompson's still Klay Thompson. I gotta stop being fooled, bro. Like seriously, like I'm tired of the media be making things seem what it is, what it not is. You feel me? Like Klay Thompson can still get his buckets.
Clay Thompson is not consistently going to get me what I need to get
But
in the
he
playoffs, period.
can. In
He's
the
not.
playoffs,
No, he's
he
not. He didn't
can.
do it last year. He didn't do it. We
He
saw
wasn't
it.
it last
We
year. He
saw
wasn't
it.
hurt last year. I'm talking
We
about
saw
this
it. He was
year.
playing. They played.
Bro,
What do
he
you
could get
mean?
25. He could get 20. He could get 23. I
Oh,
think he had 30 a couple times, bro. He can still get you
Clay
30
Thompson
points.
at this stage in his career is a role player. It's
And you
not the
gotta
same
you
Clay
worry about
Thompson.
regular season. He not going that crazy. If you go take
Clay at this point in his career is not
Klay
the
Thompson get you 30 points.
not consistently.
I'm not
No.
saying consistently. Can he get you 30
Like, could
points?
he get hot in a game? Sure, but over the course of
Okay.
a
So,
series, like
so
I'm
then
not I'm not
you
worried
can't
about Clay.
you
At
can't
this point, I'm not worried about Clay.
wait, what you just said he
I'm
could get
not worried
hot, but
about
you're not
Clay,
worried about
bro. Any
Klay
who
Thompson.
like it's so you can name 50 guys in the league right now that could go out and get you 30. But at
But
the end of the
Klay
day, Clay
Thompson,
is not
he
like
just scored 7 threes in one quarter. The first
dog. This is do you know how many threes they shoot in a game right now? Like
and
that's all he does.
who's doing 7 threes in one quarter?
Who's knocking down seven
Seven
threes? You're
threes and no
missing.
one's done 7 threes
What
in
I'm
one quarter. What
saying
are you
is,
talking
I'm not
about?
counting on Klay Thompson when it comes down to the playoffs at this stage in his career. He showed us that last year. He can't do it. He's been inconsistent this entire season. Like, I'm not worried about Klay. Your primary pieces are AD and Kyrie. Like, Klay's not like, yeah, Klay is a good piece to have at this point, and he fits in, right? He's going to allow you to space the
So
floor.
you
But at
say
the end of the day, I'm not worried about
Klay
Klay, bro.
Thompson's not a good third piece? Maybe a but
Oh, and you talking about having a big three? No, hell no. Klay Thompson?
okay. So Klay Thompson can't.
We talking
You're
about big
bugging,
threes
bro.
in the
I'm looking at his
league.
stats right
Klay,
now.
no,
If
bro.
I have a
Like
third,
Klay,
if I have a third, maybe fourth best player in the team that can score,
no.
give me 25. That's a great position as a franchise.
What I'm saying is that on a consistent level, you're not worried about Klay. But back to the point about Dallas overall. You're saying
You
Dallas
can
is
worry about
better.
Klay Thompson. He could get hot. Answer my question, yes or no.
Oh, anybody could get hot. What I'm saying is Klay
When
is not
Klay
a
Thompson
third.
gets hot,
They
it's
do not have a big
different.
three. You're saying they have a big three. They
I'm
have
not
a
saying they're
three-man
big three.
tier.
All I
They don't
said is
have a big, they
Klay
don't
Thompson
have
can
a
get hot, bro.
bro. Anybody can get hot.
Klay Thompson hot is
Mikal Bridges gave me
different.
50 on Christmas Day. Like like that does not mean at the end of the day, like he's a bona fide bucket every game.
I
Clay is
never
not
say he's a
that.
bona fide buck every game.
Clay
First of all,
is
he gets
not
ridiculous in the
that.
regular season. All I'm saying, Can Klay Thompson get you 25 to 30
Yes,
points?
he can get hot in a
All right,
single
cool. That's all I
game.
want to hear. That's all I
But they
want to
don't
hear.
have it. They don't have
So
that
for you,
big picture
if he could get
that you're
20,
framing it as.
if he could, huh?
They don't have this group of three that you're framing it like. It's not Kyrie, Clay, and AD. It's Kyrie and
Anything.
AD
I'm
and the
just saying.
others.
You said.
And Clay is one of the others.
Let me quote you, bro. You said I'm not worried about Klay Thompson.
I'm
When I
not.
said,
I'm
bro,
not.
can he score 25 to 30 points in a game?
Oh,
You
who
said yes.
can? It's so
So
many
why am I
guys in
not
the
worried about a
league
dude
that
that can
can
score
do
30?
that.
If a person could score 30 points, wouldn't I be worried?
No, I'm not worried. Clay, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. If I'm playing, if whoever is playing the Mavs in that first series in round one, they are not going to be focusing their attention on Klay Thompson. Like if Klay beat us, we just got beat. That's it. We saw Klay last year in the playoffs. That's why Golden State said, "Yo, you gave us 3 chips. Yo, we're good. Like I don't need we don't need you here no more." If that was the case, Golden State would have kept them.
No,
We talking about a guy who's no
that's
longer
not how
like
it
you
goes.
saying he could give me
He,
25, he could give me 30. Oh, we could go through a list of how many. Andrew Wiggins could give me 25. Andrew Wiggins could give me 30.
Andrew Wiggins not giving you 30 more
Yes,
consistently
he
than
is,
Klay
bro. What
Thompson. You know
you
why it's
mean?
more scary with Klay Thompson? Because he shoots threes, bro. He can shoot five threes in a
Everybody in the
row.
NBA, if
He
you
doesn't
cannot
need Klay
play
Thompson doesn't need
in
the
the
ball like
NBA if
that.
you
That's why
cannot
it's
knock
scary,
down
bro. All
three.
right. I don't think I think you're I don't know what you're thinking, to be honest with you. But it's different. With Andrew Wiggins, he needs to go to the basket. He needs to do mid range. Klay Thompson can shoot threes, bro. It's different. He's not taking the ball away from Kyrie Irving and stuff like that. That's why he's so
I'm
deadly.
saying there's plenty of guys that can fill that can
Name
also
them. What
do
are the
that.
plenty of guys?
Huh?
Name them.
I to tell you two from the Knicks. OG and Obi at that same stage. If you're talking about offensive player, Mikal
Stop.
Bridges. I just told you, Mikal Bridges has got me
Different. What
50
I'm
points
saying
on
is
Christmas.
different because Klay Thompson
Oh,
can
bro, I'm
score
saying the NBA
25
roster is
in
stacked
one
with guys that can
quarter.
knock down a three. If Clay was still that guy, what I'm his, and I'll leave it at this, and I'll let you go. If Clay was still that guy, Golden State would not have let him walk out the
Disagree.
door.
Disagree. Why you think they let Saquon out the door? He was still that guy.
That's
He
different.
was still
No,
that
that's
guy. He was
completely
still that
different.
guy.
That's
The same
completely
way they let
different.
Saquon out the
That's
door, he was
completely
still that
different.
guy.
That's completely different,
That's
bro.
how is
That's
that
not
different? You just said,
because that was
bro.
about money. That had nothing to do with Saquon's production and
And
his skill level at this
yo,
stage.
listen.
That was about the
Ah,
Giants trying to be cheap and not wanting to value a running back.
so they didn't think he was it anymore. Sometimes you need a
That
different
had nothing to do
environment.
with it.
Sometimes you need a change up.
That had nothing. Saquon's skill and ability had nothing to do with the Giants letting him walk out the
So
door.
why wouldn't you
That
keep
was all
him?
about
So
saving
why
money
wouldn't
and
you
the
keep
fact
him?
that they did not value running backs. They came from Buffalo. They never paid a running back
Why
before
wouldn't you keep them? If you ask, you think if you ask, if you see the season Saquon just had, if you ask the
because
Giants,
they brought in Devin
if
Singletary and
you
drafted Tyrone Tracy,
think
and
that
they
was a good move,
thought that
if
we could fill his
you're saying if
production
you're a
with
Giant,
other
you're saying if
guys.
you're a Giants GM, right? With the information you know now, you reverse back in time. You think they still letting Saquon go?
Of course, they would keep him now, seeing
Okay,
that, but they it
okay,
had
because they didn't
when
think
they
he was
let
that
him walk,
guy.
bro. If when they see how it played out, but when they let him walk, it was not
They
about his
didn't think he
talent.
was that guy anymore, bro. You don't let someone walk.
Yo, nah, you're wilding. It had no.
It's
We saw
fact.
we heard the conversations.
Derrick
We
Henry,
saw what they were
Derrick Henry,
saying.
Derrick Henry.
That's
They didn't think he was
okay.
that. They didn't think he was that guy anymore.
Exact. But Derrick Henry's age is up there.
But he was. That's you're making my point. They
And
did
Derrick
not
Henry
think
and
he was
Klay
that
Thompson
guy
is not
anymore.
Klay Thompson is not a comparison to Derrick Henry. Because Derrick Henry is still a game changer. Klay Thompson is not. Derrick Henry had no fall off in
Klay
Tennessee.
Thompson can be.
Klay Thompson had a clear fall off in Golden
Klay
State.
Thompson is definitely a game changer when he can score 7 threes in one quarter, bro.
Bro.
If that's not a game changer, I don't know what your definition of a game changer
No, I'm
is.
not worried about Klay. They don't have
Seven
a
threes
big
in one
three.
quarter. Name anyone that
They
can do
don't
that, bro.
have a big, they do not have Klay Thompson is a quality piece to have. Yes, I'm giving you that. I'm not saying, like I said before, I didn't say Dallas is not a bad team. What I'm saying is again, Golden State let Klay walk out the door because he declined, and we saw it in the playoffs. We saw the fall off, and the consistency is not there. So yeah, can he get hot for a game? I'm agreeing with you. Sure, he can, but a lot of other guys can. Is Klay still a sharp shooter? Okay, sure, but Klay is not the same guy that's gonna propel me to a championship. He's not. He's a piece at this point.
and a piece that someone is afraid of because he can score hot and quick. That's all I'm
Uh,
saying. That's all I'm saying.
what else you got, Prophet?
This, I'm gonna say one thing. I'm the prophet. I know one thing. That's everything. I see all I know. Next up, I want to talk about the Fox trade. He wanted to go to San Antonio, which it made it happen. I think it's a good fit. Not for this season. They suck, but for future. And that's the thing. We got to think about these trades with what's happening now and what's gonna happen in the future. Both these guys are young. You got Fox, you got Castle still, you got Victor, of course. Who else you got out over there? You got my boy the rebounder that dyes his hair. You got pieces. Chris Paul is still there. I don't know how long he's gonna stay there for, but he's still there. So I think that was a good trade.
Yeah, it's a cute trade. Darren is
Dude,
cool. Yeah, it's not like a you know
he's a
it
better
makes
point.
sense.
He's a
It
better
makes
point guard
sense.
than Jalen Brunson.
De'Aaron Fox is a better guard than Jalen Brunson. Yo, your basketball takes me biased. Like if
Not
because
biased.
your hate for Jalen Brunson and the Knicks
I
really
don't hate Jalen Brunson. I
just
actually really like Jalen
no
Brunson.
no you minimize the impact that Jalen Brunson has had on a single phrase on the New York Knicks,
If
and
you're a
you
GM, if you're a
don't
GM,
respect.
if you're a GM, who are you picking up? Let's say, as of today, who are you gonna pick up? Let's say you have the first overall pick, and you got between Jalen Brunson and DeAndre Fox. Who you picking?
I'm picking Jalen Brunson.
You're bugging.
What is he? What is De'Aaron Fox like?
You're
What?
bugging.
That's not even a question.
Fox is younger,
That's
more
not even a
potential.
question. You can watch Jalen Brunson consistently, and you can see the quality of a basketball player that he is. And this is not me being Knicks fan biased. Like Jalen Brunson, as crafty as he is for an undersized guard, yes, I'm taking Jalen Brunson. De'Aaron Fox is when we talk about offensive ability, like it's not. There's no you know what I'm saying? De'Aaron Fox does not excel at anything more than Jalen Brunson does. And defensively, De'Aaron Fox is not a stopper. So what am I taking De'Aaron Fox for when Jalen Brunson has proven he can turn the franchise around? On a night in, night out basis, Jalen Brunson has showed up since he's been in New York. Even when he was in Dallas and Luka was out, he showed in that playoff series that he could step up and be the guy. And he's done it. So yes, I'm taking Jalen Brunson
Okay,
over a lot of guys in the league.
okay. You can continue with the Fox trade.
I think it's a valuable trade. It makes sense for them where they are right now. And it's another piece and they need a third.
So is it cute or is it valuable?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not. You just said it yourself. They're not in a good space. It's not gonna move the needle to like get them to the next tier where they'll be like pushing for a championship.
It's
But
just
what it
getting
does for them right now is it puts them in a position to continue to build for the future. I think I honestly I'm from a coaching standpoint, like respect to Pop, but like, is it at what point is it going to be time to move on there and get a new voice? Like, you got all these young guys, and you got a guy that's been there. Respectfully, he's been there for a very long time, and you going through it right now. You just went through it with Bill, and if you're going to build around a new
that. No,
face of
no,
your
no.
franchise, you might need a different voice.
Bill was a little different. Bill, the reason why we let Bill go because he didn't want to give up GM power. That was the issue. Bill's still a great coach, and he was able to get young players to ball out. Pop is still a great coach. Maybe they need change. Sometimes you gotta change it up. But Pop still teaches these guys how to play basketball.
It's a different
He's still
basketball though.
developing these guys, though.
I mean, how can we say that though? They haven't won in years. Like they haven't been anything in
Bro, they
years.
they tore everything down once they started trading everyone. People started retiring.
Yeah.
Victor last year. Before that, who were they superstar? Murray,
No,
DeJounte
they
Murray.
didn't have any. They just had guys coming. They were just rolling in and out essentially.
So, um, in basketball, coaching is important in all sports, but in basketball, you need it's more player driven than coaching driven. So,
That
you don't have superstars, you're never gonna be successful.
What I'm saying is at this stage, you have a roster full. They probably have, I don't know what their average age is, but they probably have the youngest or if like top five youngest rosters in the league. You take out Chris Paul. I think that after this season, it's not a bad idea to assess where they are as a franchise, right? They got two quality pieces. It's gonna be Victor's league. Like we know that. It's not, it's just a matter of time before it turns in this is all his. But they again, you just brought it up, thinking about the long term. Like Pop has health concerns right now. Like he's in and out of like he's not been there consistently this year. Is Pop the guy that you want to continue to coach this franchise? And I'm not saying he leaves the organization. Like he could essentially do what what's my man name in Boston? Is it Brad Stevens?
Angie, I'm not,
Yeah, he could do
not,
what he did, right? Go
I
take a
know
front office
that's
role.
what
You
it is.
continue to
It's
advise,
bad.
but like,
My boy from Butler, he's the head coach from Butler.
yeah.
Yeah, I know you're talking about though. Let me see his name.
But he could, take on another role, not necessarily putting together the roster, but like from an advisory standpoint and bow out gracefully. Especially like now, if they made this trade, they need to finish the season over
Right.
500. They need to get into the playoffs. Like
I,
that has to be the
I
end goal.
think
And
you
if
have to
that
give it. You have to give one full year with everyone. Maybe that's a conversation after next year, the year after that, because they just got Fox, and we'll see how that plays out.
they're only like 5 games under 500. They're not far. So
Yeah,
like
I'm saying I think a full year makes it a better case.
but the thing about it too is that the West is wide open right now. So like there's an opportunity. Like you got Minnesota who's hasn't played well at all. Like Denver is decent, but there's opportunity for them to sneak in and
Yeah,
make
but don't
noise.
forget these guys are still young. They're
Like I'm
still
not well,
young.
De'Aaron Fox is almost 30 years old. He's
No,
like
he's not.
bro, he's been in the league for like 8 years. What are you talking about?
Yeah, bro. He's like 26, 27.
Like we're
You need
27,
rushing.
but he's
You
not.
need
I'm not
rushing
saying,
age, bro.
but he's not like fresh out of college. He's been in the league for almost a
Bro, the
decade.
Aaron Fox just turned 27, bro. He's
Okay,
still
but what I'm
young.
saying is he's been in the league for almost a decade,
Yeah, but he
right?
was
So
with the
he's proven, he's a
Sacramento
proven
Kings, though.
what? They went
He's
to
with
the
the Kings
playoffs.
organization
They went seven with Golden State 2 years ago.
because of him.
Him and Sabonis and Malik
Because of
Monk, they
him.
had a good squad, and Mike Brown, they had a good squad.
Because of
I'm not
him.
taking anything away from him, but what I'm saying is, from a franchise standpoint, right? A fresh voice changes it. Pop has been there a whole life. Like it comes a time when you gotta walk away. You know, it is what it is.
My question to you is who's okay, Pop is gone, but do we have who's better? Like who's out there?
There's plenty of assistants in the league. I don't have a list of available NBA coaches right now, right? But at the end of the day, there are guys who can come in and step into this role, right? Guys who have coached previously or new coaches that may be able to give you a fresh voice, right? I know for example, I think his name is Charles Lee, and he's coaching Charlotte right now. They're not doing well at all, right, from a record standpoint, but they are competitive in games. You look at what a Bickerstaff is doing up in Detroit, turn the franchise around completely with a new voice, right? Jamal Mosley down in Orlando, these guys get opportunities. So there are guys, and it could be somebody that's on Pop's bench right
Uh,
now.
let me
Look at
say
what
something.
Missoula did in Boston.
Okay,
Like,
let me say something. Missoula is a good coach, but the reason why they won is because of what's the previous coach with the scandal. So I don't want
they
to hear
didn't
about
win with
Missoula.
him. They didn't win with him. They would have at some point, but they didn't
Would
win
have
with him.
won.
They
They would
won
have
with
won. But anyways,
Missoula.
you talking about coaches from Charlotte, bro? Aren't they like 11-30, bro?
Oh, but what I'm saying is if you watch them play,
Win
they
is a
play
win, a loss is a loss. I don't
competitively.
care how
They're
hard you.
quality. No, no, no. If the franchise is like if they're known to be
And
tanking, right?
if
But
you
they put
do,
out a
if you want to have that conversation, the reason why they probably having close games because of Lamelo Ball, a superstar.
but if
And
the
then we
game is
talk,
close, the game is
and then we
close.
talk about, who was the other team you said that you said that the Pistons.
Orlando and the Pistons.
Pistons. They have Cade Cunningham, a
Oh,
superstar.
you literally just argued that coaching is so important. And I'm telling you
I'm
that
no. I
Detroit
said
just
in
had a complete
no, because
turnaround.
it's in the tape. It's in the tape. I said in basketball.
Detroit just had a complete
I
turnaround.
said in basketball, it's more important to have the players. Like
And
coaching is important, but the players are more. are accountable for more of the success in basketball because one play could dominate a whole game. Cade Cunningham is a superstar.
They've turned it
He's the
around
reason why.
because
I'm not
of
saying coaching has nothing to do with it, but he's responsible for that turnaround.
he's not
Lamelo,
solely responsible for that turnaround. They're turning it around because they got a brand new coach this
I
year,
never
Kenny
said solely. I
Atkinson,
said
who
he
took his
he
job
has
out of Cleveland.
he's
Look at what
responsible for
Cleveland is
the
doing this
majority of
year.
the turnaround. A superstar.
So he was good last year.
But he wasn't a
He was good
superstar.
last year. I
He
watched
wasn't a
him play. He's
superstar.
been good since he
He
got into the
wasn't a
league.
superstar. There's a
Oh, he
difference
was
between being
ascending
good and
to
being a
this point.
superstar. There's a difference between being good and being a superstar, though. There's a
You
difference.
say, what is the difference?
I'm saying there is a difference
Yeah,
between
there's a
being good
difference
and being a
between being a quality player and being the guy. But Cade was the guy on that team last year. What I'm saying is, you get in a guy. Look, we're on the same page. You get a guy in there who, like you said, can continue to develop guys. Like the age range matters too, bro. Like Pop is damn near 80 years old, if not already there.
I'm still telling you, Pop is better than probably 95% of the coaches that
Not
you.
saying that he's not, but if you've been with a franchise forever, same thing goes for a player. If you've been there forever, and the consistency has fallen off over the course of
I,
time, like
I'm
the voice
saying
is
cool. I'm
stale.
saying cool. Though. I'm saying just give it a one full year with Fox and Victor.
But
Like,
why? Why waste the time? If I could bring in a guy next year that's gonna get me to 50 plus wins, why am I wasting my time?
oh my god, bro. That's you know what the problem. You know what the issue is, guys. Sizzle is out there, and I'm disappointed in Justin because I didn't think he was one of those. People are just fiending for overnight success. It takes time. I said this a
Bro.
bunch of times. It takes time to succeed. You can't just put Fox in the team and turn it around right away, bro. First, Pop gotta get to know the guy first.
Yo, you're missing what I'm saying. You're not listening again. They have been in this same rut over the course of years. I'm not taking anything away from Pop. I'm saying you have the face of the NBA, the face of the NBA on that roster. You have De'Aaron Fox, who is a cool guy to have paired with him on that roster now.
Mhm.
From going into next season, Pop has been in and out of games for health concerns, right? He hasn't been on the bench consistently. Why not turn to another voice that's going to get me to the point okay, this is where we're going now, right? We got our new coach in here. Pop is still part of the organization. I have these young guys. Pop can continue to support and give guidance, right? But I have a new voice on the bench. There's nothing wrong with that at all. We've seen it be successful in other
I'm
rounds.
not
We
saying
saw,
anything
we
wrong with
saw,
that.
hold
I'm
on,
just
hold on, hold
saying
on, hold on. We saw what happened in Golden State. And Golden State is a prime example. And I'm not saying that San Antonio will win a championship next year, but Golden State under Mark Jackson, right? They were cool. They were a young team. They were, getting wins,
Steve
getting
Kerr
into the
stole the team
playoffs
from
over the
Mark
course of
Jackson.
two.
Steve Kerr
Huh?
stole the team from Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson would have probably won the ring.
There's no guarantee that Mark they
The only
felt as
reason
an
why they
organ.
let Mark Jackson go because he wanted to pray all the time.
All right, yeah, we know
Steve
whatever.
Kerr
There's
stole
an
the team
underlying
from Mark
backstory. I'm talking
Jackson.
I'm
The
talking
Golden State
basketball.
Warriors deserve Mark Jackson a ring.
So
They have to give him
I'm
a ring.
talking pure basketball outside of the drama that happened off the court. Outside of that, at the end of the day, they turned the franchise over to somebody else and they had a dynasty from it.
But what
And
I'm
we've seen it happen in other
but
sports.
what I'm saying is Mark Jackson would have won the same way
We
with the.
don't know that. We
I
don't know
know
that.
that. I know that
We
because
don't know
he
that.
built that
Mark,
team.
no, bro, they was ready to give Steph away for Monte. It was here.
What?
They were literally ready to let Steph walk for Monte Ellis. Like it was here. So at the end of the day,
Nah, that
what I'm
was a couple
saying
of
is
years
a new
before. But then Mark Jackson built that team to a playoff team.
they were a playoff team and then they put a new coach in place and they became a dynasty. And you
But
can
then,
take the credit
but
away
then
from
they
Steve
let
Kerr
Mark
if you
Jackson
want to.
go.
And at the end of the day, that same thing, if it were to happen here in San Antonio, you could say, oh, well, Pop was there, da 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 da. But at the end of the day,
But then they
look,
then
it's a
they
new
let
voice
then
that
they
got
let
us where we
Mark
needed to
Jackson
go.
go after the first year they made the playoffs.
Say it again?
Didn't they let go Mark Jackson after the first time they made the
Yes.
playoffs?
And after that, they
So,
went to the next level.
so you're saying you think my thing is I think Mark okay
There's no guarantee they become a dynasty with Mark still at the helm.
how when he this okay let me rewind a little bit for you Justin because I don't think you understand what's going on. Let's say we're brothers. No. Let's say I don't know. Let's say we're brothers, right? I'm a professor though, and you're taking my class. We're in the same house. You see me write the test, make up the test. You see me with the answers. You haven't taken the test. You're about to take the test, but you see all the answers that I created, all the questions I created. So you know the playbook already, right? You go and take that test, and you get 100, right? Do you have upper hand because you already knew
That's
the answer?
not a that's not a good. So you're saying anybody would have walked into Golden State and they become the dynasty that they became, and it
Mm.
has nothing to do with Steve Kerr's impact.
No. Hold. I
That's
think
what you're saying. That's what
let
you're
me rewind
saying
a little
right
bit.
now.
No. Let me rewind a little bit. I think anyone that stepped in and followed the blueprint, followed the test that Mark Jackson had, which Steve Kerr did, and maybe elevated it. Maybe I don't know. They would have they could have won a ring with anyone else if they follow the Mark Jackson blueprint.
Uh, that's a stretch.
If it wasn't for Mark
That's a
Jackson, there'd
that's
be
a
no
stretch.
Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild.
I have
If it wasn't for
sources.
Mark Jackson, they wouldn't be who they are.
Yes, because I have
That's
sources
crazy.
before Mark Jackson. I have inside sources told me. Do you know back in the day when people didn't really shoot threes like that? Mark Jackson was the one, yo, bro. You guys knows how to shoot. Just
Wasn't
shoot
that
the
was
damn ball.
D'Antoni in Phoenix? Like Steph just came in the league and just started letting his shit parted. Just
Nah,
started letting his
it was
stuff go.
it wasn't.
But D'Antoni, that yo, chill, because that Phoenix roster, they should have won a chip. That's
They
a different combo.
you could
But
compare, but the way they, yo. Anyways, we gotta move on, bro, because you're bugging out.
your basketball be crazy. I'm not
No,
gonna.
you know why it seems like that because I
You
be
don't
speaking.
watch basketball,
No,
huh? You said
the
it.
problem is, dude.
Yo,
I don't. First of all, I don't watch basketball because it's a bad sport. I watch the playoffs, sure, but the regular season is a wasted sport. That's another story.
nah.
Second, the reason why y'all don't understand basketball or when I speak about basketball is because y'all get brainwashed by the media.
I'm
That's
not.
the
I'm not
problem.
brainwashed on media. I'm seeing what's
Nah, you
happening.
saying Klay Thompson is washed? That's media driven.
Yeah, though I watched him last year.
That's media driven, bro.
No, it's not. It's actually not. We can look at the numbers from his
Media
playoff
driven,
performance
bro.
last year.
That's media driven.
It's not.
Let's talk about being
Yo,
washed, and then let's go real quick about the NBA trade. Just tell me if you win or loss, and then let's go to football. Let's talk about wash real quick, because you said Jimmy Butler was washed,
yeah,
and he just got traded to the
yeah,
Golden State Warriors that we were just talking
yeah.
about for a package deal. The Heat got Andrew Wiggins, they got slow mo, they got a pick, and they got someone else. I forgot the other person. Who won that trade? Come on,
Man, who
hit
won
us.
it? Um, I personally, I have no faith in Jimmy Butler at this stage in his career. I think he's cool, he's quality, but he's not like.
You say he was washed last week, but whatever.
Yeah, I did. He's not the
So
same Jimmy Butler, and I stand on that. He's not.
Wash
At
isn't
the end of the
cool.
day, he's not.
Wash isn't cool. But anyways, Wash is your trash.
He can fill a role. Yes, he can fill a role, but he's not. He's all right. I'm long term. I'm looking at Miami. Miami won this deal. They overpaid for Jimmy Butler. They gave him a crazy money for a 2 year window. Like I'm not pressed for Jimmy Butler like that. No.
I mean I agree with you on that. I think Jimmy Butler's not washed because he's a difference maker. But I think the Warriors did give up too much. I think Andrew Wiggins is a good player. I think even slow mo, he's a great role player. Um,
He wasn't getting minutes. Like
but I mean, but he's a great player. But Jimmy Butler, we'll see how it works out. Let's see if he likes it over there. But I do think the Heat won that trade, and the Warriors got hit on top of the head with a hammer. Next up, we got Zach Levine going to the Kings. What you think? That was a good trade, bad trade?
yeah, it makes sense for Sacramento. I don't know what. Chicago is doing right now. I was talking to my man. He's a big time Chicago fan, and he's in alignment with that. Like they've been stuck in the same spot for years at this point, and I
They
mean
changed it.
they don't draft. I mean they don't really draft all that well. Like Kobe White is good, Patrick Williams, but they kept that big man Vucevic. I mean I don't know where they are. But yeah, that definitely Sacramento that helps them right now in the West that's wide open. Like you gotta get you buckets, pairing with DeMar and um Sabonis. I like it.
Okay, we'll see. I think the Kings is a bad organization, but I do think the Kings got a better player. Like you said, I don't know what the Bulls are doing. DeAndre Hunter. I guess you brought this up. He's an impact player. He got traded to the Cavs from the Hawks. I mean, for my, again, I'm a basketball connoisseur. I don't think this moves the needle at all. DeAndre Hunter is a good NBA 2K player,
Nah,
but
you're wild.
in real basketball, he alright.
Nah, you're bugging out. This gives them exactly what they need, right? Because prior to this, the Cavs were not scary at all. Like the Cavs are stacking
Ah,
up wins. No, listen to what I'm saying. Cavs are stacking up wins, right? We've seen this happen in the league previously. They're soft. Their big men are soft. They get exposed when they get to the playoffs, right? Defensively, they get exposed when they get to
Mobley,
the playoffs. Their
Mobley.
wing defender, their primary wing defender, right? Isaac Okoro and Evan Mobley steps out. This pickup is huge for them, right? It allows them to again take some of that pressure. Donovan Mitchell, they can hide him defensively. He can pick up whoever the best wing player is. He can also defend in the post. He's a big guy. So it's a big trade. 18 points a game coming off the bench. They can start him. They can bring him off the bench, whatever they feel is best. This makes Cleveland scary to me. Now, I wasn't scared of them before. Now I'll be honest and admit I am.
A team that started what 22-0, whatever it was, is not scary. Okay.
No, they're
Um,
not, bro. We've seen it happen. We've seen it. Like, it's the playoff basketball. You can stack up all the wins you need to, but it's very different. Their big guys shrink when they get to the playoffs, and we've seen it happen over and over again.
I think Mobley's having his best statistical year since he's been in the NBA. But okay. I think the Knicks should be scared, right? Right?
I just told you, yeah. I'm now. I have concerns about Cleveland. I did not before at all.
I,
Now I do.
I
My
think the
only
Knicks should have been scared before. I think they should be scared even more. I think they're the fifth best team in the East. If we're
bugging. That's what I'm saying. Like you. That don't even make sense. Like
So we got Celtics, we got Cavs, we got Bucks, and arguably
bro,
we got the Magic.
we not talking about the Bucks, bro. It's Giannis by himself. Like we
Dame,
like it's
Dame time?
no, oh, bro. Like it's a different. But you going off guys we grew up watching. It's not that anymore.
He's an all
I'm not
star.
saying Dame is
He's an
not
all star.
good, but at the end of the day, their coaches like Doc is terrible, bro. Like Doc is
Okay,
terrible. Call it what it is. He's awful.
he's bad. I agree.
Like it's ridiculous. They're like 6 games over 500. And you just talking about Dame and Giannis. Like I'm not worried about them. They gotta figure it out. And the way the seeding works out right now, playoffs start today. We're three. I think right now we would play Miami, who would also be a tough matchup.
That might be a sweep.
Come on, dog. See, this how I know that you don't even
All right. Well, that's it for basketball for now. We get more into it once the NFL season last game is tomorrow.
ask you a question though.
Yeah,
Are you excited for it?
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not like, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it's the matchup. I don't know if it's because it's a rematch. I don't. Maybe deep down, I feel that the 3P is gonna happen, and I'm not looking forward to it. But I don't know. It's not moving me right now.
I just think as a Jets fan, it's like
Had nothing to do with that. You
no, no,
had
no,
you
no.
see you had.
One thing I want to do, man, I want to do a side gig. I want to be a therapist on the side,
Yeah,
and
it would be awful at that.
I think as a Jets fan, it's like you get beat up every single day. You get beat up, you get beat up, you get beat up. You like school, but then you get beat up when you go to school, and then one day it's like I don't want to go to school anymore. That's how you feeling. You don't want to watch the game because it brings back PTSD of everything that's happened in your life.
I ain't
And
saying I
I
want to
get it.
watch.
I get it. Let it out, man. Man, grieve, man. Do your thing because that's what's happening. I am excited because the Eagles I'm this is make my pick now. I am excited because I know the Eagles will win. I think the Eagles will win. I should say I know the Eagles will win. They have a better roster. I'm excited to see Mahomes lose. I'm excited to see the Chiefs not get a three-peat. So that's why I am excited.
What's your score?
27-21 Eagles. 27-21 Eagles. That's my score.
Not mad at it. Um, Offensive line, KC is suspect. We've seen it all year, but the 15 be back there dancing, and then that's where I think that's what it's going to come down to. Like, you give him the time to scramble around, make something happen, or do you get to him? Like Jalen Carter got to have a huge game, right? What's my man name? UGA.
Yeah.
Huh?
Nolan Smith,
No.
Jordan
17.
Davis,
Nakobe Dean.
Kobe
Is
Dean.
he is he out still?
He's gonna play. They got the flu though, but he's
I
playing.
don't know. I feel like the Philly defensive front can make it happen. And I think you keep the ball away. That's it. You let Saquon get his touches. You know they're going to know what's going to happen there defensively, right? But with that offensive line, you can navigate. Take the yards, take the yards, take the yards. Same thing for Jalen. Take the yards every time. Take what they give you, and I think they can make it happen. I'm praying they make it happen.
So who you got?
Taking Philly.
What
I'm
score?
taking Philly. Score. I think it comes down to a field goal. Same thing I said for the AFC Championship game, which was I think 29-32. Uh, and I'll go 24-21. I don't think I don't think Philly lets them get off. Um, I'm taking my faith in that Philly defense in the run game.
So the Texans ran the ball on the Chiefs. The Bills ran the ball on the Chiefs when they did run the ball. And the Eagles' strength of their offense this year is running the ball. If the Eagles play their game, which I know they will, they have it. The, the defensive front of the Eagles outmatches the offensive front of the Chiefs. The only thing that the Chiefs have is that dude Mahomes and then clutch moments. Everything else, the Eagles are better than. And you can say coaching the Chiefs got Andy Reid, of course, but on the field, Eagles have a better front seven, have a better offensive line, better running game, better receivers, better running back, better corners. So on paper, I would say the Eagles to win, but again, I, I don't want Mahomes to win another ring, but I can't. I gotta say what it is, man. Like when it's clutch moments, he's annoying. Like he he just knows what to do and when to do it, and the Eagles can't crumble when those times are on. When those times and those times are going to be on. So I'm just excited for the game because it makes me happy. It would make me really happy seeing the Chiefs lose and not get the three-peat. Because I don't want to hear no talks about Mahomes this, Mahomes that, Chiefs dynasty this, Chiefs dynasty that. I just want to put it to bed. I feel like at least 50% of the nation will be excited for that win.
Yeah, man. I think for me, public enemy number one has like Travis Kelce has taken that spot for me over Patrick Mahomes. Like
I,
when it comes to who I can't stand more, I feel like we're seeing less of Patrick Mahomes and seeing more of Travis Kelce.
Taylor Swift.
I guess that's elevated him, but I think the whole switch up, his swag switch up, and turning into I guess his true self at this point, it's just very. I don't know, man. He's just a cringy guy. But overall, I'm with you. I don't want to see them on the podium, man. I would love to see. I would love to see Saquon do it.
I'd love to
Even
see
though you think,
Saquon get a ring,
even
man.
though you think I hate Jalen Hurts, I really do want him to do well. All I said before was that, pattern the progression hadn't been there. If he has a big game tomorrow, that would do a lot for him and his legacy as a quarterback. Well, obviously, but I think that it, if he's able to win this game, this will really, of course, cement him to the Philly fans. But I think also from an NFL perspective, if he's impactful in this game, this will allow people like myself to no longer, speak the noise of not getting it done. He's taking steps back from what we saw previously.
And then also another thing, if the Eagles win, Saquon, let's say Saquon even doesn't have Super Bowl MVP as a good game, that resets the running back market, which I would love to happen.
Yeah,
Saquon,
that's already done.
I think it is, but he solidifies it if he wins MVP of the Super Bowl, has a big game. That resets the entire market. Like, damn,
Yeah.
that like that tells GMs, and this is why I think GMs don't know how to do their job because I seen it from afar. Players like Saquon, Derrick Henry, they're game changers. Christian McCaffrey, even Joe Mixon. Like, you need those type of players. If Saquon has the whole running back team, players, league on his back, if he does it, it's crazy. So again, I got the Eagles. Um, I don't want to see a three-peat. I really don't. Last year I was pissed off seeing a back-to-back. Three-peat would actually spoil my entire Sunday. It would kill the vibe, man. So go Eagles, go Bird Gang, whatever you guys say. Let's do
Fly,
it.
fly Eagles,
Tigers
fly.
fly.
Yeah.
We gotta get that. Real quick before we wrap up this episode. So those are predictions, y'all. Sizzlers, let us know what you think. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go to the line. The spread is -1. Chiefs are the favorites. But a couple of things I want to talk about before we end the episode. One is Eli Manning not being a first ballot Hall of Famer. Let me start this off first. I'm happy. This is what makes me happy because they got it right this time, man. He didn't get in because of his name. He didn't get in because of the BS Super Bowl wins. And I'm happy that the voters got it right. Finally. Eli Manning's not a first ballot. I don't even think he's a second ballot. If Kirk Warner got in after 3 times, Eli Manning has to get in around the same time, bro. That's how I feel. So Eli
Yeah.
Manning not being a first ballot Hall of Famer, I'm happy for that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I think the tough part is that the next few years, like, is the ballot is stacked. So, but I mean, even you look at a guy like Luke Kuechly didn't get in. So I mean, if Eli would have get in and Luke didn't, I think that would be like, all right, was you
I
know,
think Luke didn't get in. With Luke should get in, but he didn't get in because there's always a question,
nah.
man.
Luke
Who's
was
better?
dominant, bro. He was dominant. But
But
but huh?
he was dominant. But if he got in, I would have felt a type of way because Patrick Willis was dominant. He didn't get in until his third try.
That, nah, check that. Check that.
Patrick Willis didn't get into his third time.
Third time on the ballot.
Yes,
I'm gonna take your word on that one, but
Patrick Willis
um,
should have been the first ballot Hall of Famer, bro.
all right. But yeah, no, Luke was dominant. But yeah, but the Eli situation, I agree. I think, first ballot is not there, but like, it's gonna take some time. I think Brady has 2 years until he's eligible. So it's like we know he's next year. Eli's probably not gonna get in again, and then once Brady is on the ballot, definitely not happen for Eli. Next year, Drew Brees is on there, so Eli's gonna have to wait a few years for sure. He'll get in.
They're gonna give Eli. I think they're gonna give it to him either next year or the year after. Even if I'll be upset if he's second, but they might give him next year. I can see it.
Yeah, I mean, his playoff runs, they're magical. You can talk about the regular season being average. I think one thing to think about a guy like Troy Aikman, he has so many pieces around him. stats were never nothing,
But but Troy
absurd.
Aikman didn't get in the first time. Took a couple tries for Troy
No,
Aikman.
I'm talking in terms of just the legacy and how people look at Troy, like, being a part of a winning organization and winning multiple Super Bowls. But granted, it was a different game back then. But at the same time, like he played with Hall of Famers. He played with Hall of Fame offensive linemen, Hall of Fame running back, Hall of Fame receivers. Eli really didn't have any of that on the defensive end. He did. But I appreciate Eli's game. I'm always happy to see the New York athletes do well. But
But so this is my thing about Eli, man. He's never led the league in NFL completing percentage. He never led the league in touchdowns. I don't think he led the league in yardage, but
no, he never did any of that.
he led the league in interceptions twice. He has no All Pros. He only's been to playoffs only 5 times out of his whole career. Two of the times he went to the Super Bowl and won. I get it, but Eli Mann's not a first ballot. I'm happy they got it right. Those two Super Bowls were flukes, and it is what it is. And
And
whoever,
say
if you're an Eli Manning fan, don't be upset. Just appreciate he's gonna get in, but he's not a first ballot. Um, I really want to talk about this one. Josh Allen winning MVP. I think it's BS. But
yeah.
you could start this off.
Yeah, no, they didn't want to, for whatever reason, they didn't want to award it to Lamar for a third straight year. The numbers speak for
Saquon should have got it,
themselves.
but Lamar. I mean, of course Lamar, but I wanted the running back to win it.
Yeah, I mean, the weird part is like the offensive player of the year versus the MVP. Like it's always the MVP is always going to offensive player. At this stage, like what is the point of having an offensive player of the year award? Like in this, because this year, like you just said, it could have been Saquon for MVP, right? When we think about the steps that Philly took, um, but I personally think I thought Lamar had a historic season. Granted, he had Derrick Henry to help, but Saquon also had other people to help him in Philly. Josh Allen, what he did was cool. I think they just felt like they owed it to him at the end of the day.
This is my thing, though. I'm gonna talk about Josh Allen, but like I'm gonna go to your point about Saquon and stuff like that. Um, at this point, if the voters are have not gonna really take into account other positions at MVP, they should do what baseball does. I think baseball separates
Hmm.
the MVPs and the pitchers, right? They put
Yeah,
pitchers on their own trophy. So just do that for QBs at this point. If you're not gonna
yeah,
take into account MVPs of other positions. But the Josh Allen, what gets me upset with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson? Josh Allen was Lamar Jackson was voted first team All Pro and didn't win MVP. And the people that vote for All Pro and for MVP are the same people. So that makes no sense to me.
yeah. I think what they're saying with the vote is that the Bills were so bad, like would have been so bad taking Josh Allen away from that team versus taking Lamar away from the Ravens, which I don't know if that's valid because I don't think Baltimore would be very good if you take Lamar Jackson away from them either. But I think from an award standpoint, the numbers speak for themselves. We watched the impact. I mean, I get the key word is value, and that's why they lean towards Josh. And I mean, he does do Superman like things, but Lamar had a historic season, and
Better
I feel
stats and everything. Lamar Jackson was green versus Josh Allen every category. Josh
yeah,
Allen to me is a football player, but he's not an MVP caliber type player yet. Um, he shouldn't have won it. They gave it to him because I think Lamar won twice. So it's like this giving this gives his participation trophy around. Josh Allen, I think sure you won MVP. Congrats to him, but you got to worry about winning the playoffs. I want to get back to my point on that. I think Bills fans are satisfied with being average. Winning the MVP, that tells me a lot. If you're cheering for the guy because he didn't deserve it, and just go back to being average and accepting below average success. And I can't speak more on that. If you are a type of person to accept that, that says a lot about you. So Josh Allen, congrats to you, but really, would you really accept that? So Lamar Jackson, I think you should have won third MVP, but either way, you need to start winning the playoffs, get in the ring. That sets yourself apart from the others. You gotta stop letting this guy Mahomes get to the championship every single year. Yeah, I gotta man up at this point. Um, I think that's all I had. Super Bowl prediction, we already did that. So again, I have Eagles 27-21. You have 24-21 or 24-27.
24, 24, 21.
24-21 Eagles. Who's your Super Bowl,
Fly, Eagles,
who's your Super
fly.
Bowl MVP?
If the Eagles win it, it's gonna be Saquon.
I got Jalen Hurts. I got Jalen Hurts MVP.
You just said it's gonna come down to the run game.
It is.
He get
But
two tush push touchdowns, he's not getting MVP.
Jalen Hurts is going to win MVP, and when he does win MVP, I want to hear all the guys that say he regressed. I want to
He
hear. I want
didn't
to hear.
regress.
If
Numbers
he if
telling
he
you.
wins a ring, he's top five in the league.
What?
He is.
All right, I'm gonna let you have
No,
that.
no. How many before I just want to ask you how many QBs out there have rings? You got Mahomes, got Stat.
Who you put him in front of?
My top five if Jalen Hurts wins a ring. I'm not
Yeah.
no particular order. Jalen Hurts, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Um, damn. So I got Lamar, Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. Let me go. Let's see. No,
So Joe Burrow, Josh Allen not in
I
that
put Joe Burrow in
conversation.
four. I don't put
Even
Josh.
Matt Stafford at this point in his
I put
career not in
Josh
that
Allen with
conversation.
six. Jaden Downs maybe. I don't know. That's hard. It's hard. My top five. It says a lot that you win games.
So you take Jalen Hurts over, and this is just a genuine question, not my opinion. You would take Jalen Hurts over CJ.
Yeah, right now, yeah. If he wins a ring, yes.
You
I'm
would
a
take,
winner, bro. I'm a winner. I like winning.
but and I'm using your argument back at you, right? Football is not an individual sport. We know
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
So the pieces around you matter. If you have a structure around you of like each system, right? Your offense, your defense, your special teams, your coaching all around is of quality, and you have that, then you're more equipped to be successful than the next guy. Jalen Hurts has everything working well around him. He has the capabilities himself to be a guy, but it hasn't always been the case. That's my argument. That's it.
I'm gonna rebuttal first. Why you have to put him in top five because he beats Mahomes. You got these people in the AAC they cannot beat Mahomes, right?
Joe Burrow did it.
Huh?
Joe Burrow.
And that's why he's in my top five. Sure. So put him. You gotta put him in top five because he beat Mahomes, right? Second, I understand and I get you, blah blah blah, team oriented sport, blah blah blah. But not every player. Let's say, if you put Josh Allen on the Eagles, I don't think they go to the Super Bowl. I don't. I think you have to be that type of player, um, to make your team. Like you could put the pieces. Remember the Eagles back in the day, the Dream Team when Michael Vick, it didn't work out. You could have the best lineup, but if you don't have that QB that can just um make the right play every single time, it's not gonna work. And
Who who would
I
have
do,
beat them?
huh?
Who Josh Allen's the quarterback. The Eagles are in
I don't think they get
so
far.
who would they have lost to?
They say they made the playoffs. You talking about if they made
Who
what?
they if we take the Eagles path of who they played in the playoffs? They played LA, they played Washington. Which one
Who
of
they
those
play
teams did
first
they play?
round?
Rams.
No, they didn't play Rams first round. They
Yeah, they
played
did.
they play Rams second round.
Eagles had a bye.
No, they
No,
don't.
no, no. Detroit had a bye.
Eagles played.
Was it Tampa?
Nah,
Yeah, I think it was Tampa.
nah. Eagles played the set was the Packers. Eagles played the Packers.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, I think Josh Allen wins that game. I think Josh Allen loses to the Rams. I think Josh Allen loses to the Washington
But you're
Commanders.
saying that, but Jalen Hurts didn't beat the Rams.
Well, I'm telling you, if they had the same team and Josh Allen was QB, they lose. Because Josh Allen's gonna try to do too much and make a play that he's not capable of making. Jalen
That's
Hurts,
what I'll give you. That's what I'll give you. Jalen Hurts doesn't. He's not going to force the ball into a bad spot,
but
but he also is not going to take a shot.
that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
So I mean,
It's sure it's the team, but you need
yes, if that's what you want,
I'm
If you
saying,
want
sure, you need,
you want
sure,
a little, dump this off here and take it. Here,
nah
here,
about it's
here.
not,
He's playing point guard. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. You win that way. You win that way. But I'm also not gonna sit here and say
yo,
he's
why
top
you
five.
hate on Jalen Hurts, bro?
I'm
He's a
not
black
hating. I'm
QB, bro.
not hating at all. I'm really not. I'm telling you, he playing point guard. There's nothing wrong with that. And as playing being a quarterback, right? You're just a fundamental player, and you get your
But
guys the ball, you get it in space, and let them do their thing, and he can run. I'm
just,
not mad at it, bro. I'm not mad at it at all.
just,
But I'm not. He's not top five. He's
just.
not top five. He wins tomorrow. He's not. He's still not top five.
Can Jalen Hurts throw 4 touchdown passes, 300 yards if he really wanted to?
Yeah, he has. This is what I've been saying. This is what I said about first. I want to replay. I wish we had the screening, whatever, share screen opportunity right now to go back to that first video and hear my argument and what I said. He has all the tools available, like from a physical
I'm not saying if
standpoint.
he got the
He's
tools.
great.
I'm saying, can he do it?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the tools internally. Like
You saying he
he
could
has
do
the
it? You say,
talent.
and we witnessed him doing it, right?
That's what up. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so if we know he can do that, right? It's not like we don't know he can do that, right? You get what I'm saying? Like he doesn't have to do it because he's winning doing something else. That's the talent, bro. Not every QB could do that. If
So,
he at the end of the game,
I'm gonna leave you with
at
this.
the end of the game, as a QB, you're judged by wins. If Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl, he's top 5 in the league right now. I just heard a ghost. He's top 5 in the league right now, bro. So I can't wait to. I'm excited to the game. I'm really excited because I'm more excited for the Chiefs losing than the game. To be honest with you, if that answers your question. So that's why I'm excited. I really think the Eagles can win. I hope. Fingers crossed. I'm praying to all the gods. Also want to give a. I want a moment of silence. Um, the family cat of the prophet died this week. So I just want
Thought
to.
y'all just got him.
Nah, we have for a few years,
How many?
like 10 years, maybe.
Oh, I didn't know that. Dang, that's crazy.
Now, moment of silence. My boy Ghetto, that's his name. That's a
R.I.P.
RP
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough in a household. I know
yeah,
that's
that's the homie, man. But yeah, moment of silence. We give it a couple seconds. He hated the Chiefs, so that's another reason why I'm excited.
we gotta pour out some milk.
Facts. That's a big fact, son. But yo, that was episode 8. Enjoy the Super Bowl, bro.
Very likewise.
Um, I know as a Jets fan, again, PTSD, but enjoy it. Let's go for Eagles fly, and watch your boy regress and win the Super Bowl. Peace out, Sizzlers.